Alright, so I make custom plushies. Since making plushies is one of my hobbies and not really my main source of income, there are some times where I stop working on certain plushies due to certain circumstances. That could be for any reason like life, lack of interest, or I might drop the project to work on another, more important project. Because of all of these factors, I have a ton of unfinished custom plushies just tucked away somewhere. So, what I'm going to do is make content out of my neglected creations. Welcome to Finishing My Unfinished Custom Plushies, Part 1. The first one I'm finishing is 3-Peter. He has articulation in his necks to make him posable when I scaled down the pea-shooter head pattern. This dude is 90% complete. All I need to do is add the leaves on the back of his head and he's finished. First order of business, create the leaves. Sew on the leaves. Dye a little inside because I do not like this. Cut out new leaves. Sew them all up. They're much better now. And here is the finished 3-Peter. Next up, we have Bowling Bulb. Bowling Bulb, like 3-Peter, is another plush that's 90% finished. He's just missing a few details. All I need to do is create a few more dirt specks and sew the dirt mounts together. That's pretty much it. I already made 3 of these tiny little dirt balls off camera. The same goes for these 6 and 7th ball. Now that I have all of the dirt balls, I am going to sew them onto the dirt mound. After sewing all the dirt balls to the dirt mound, I am going to sew all 2 of these dirt bases to this other dirt base. I've sewn all the dirt bases together. Now time to add the bowling bulbs. Here is the finished bowling bulb. This third character definitely needs an explanation. This character is a Ram from Bot World Adventures, a open world auto battler kinda similar to Pokemon. I've even used Bot World Adventures as gameplay footage, and the background music is also from Bot World Adventures. The main gameplay loop is basically battling bandits or wild bots, collecting scraps to upgrade your bots, and completing objectives to gain more rewards. There is more I haven't mentioned, like arena, danger zones, raids, and story mode quests. Go check out Bot World Adventures if you have time to spare. The game is completely free to play. Ram is one of 3 bots you can choose at the start of the game. He is a chaser class bot, meaning he's very good at hunting down runaway bots. His abilities consist of Headbutt, Ram, and Horn Flick. Headbutt is his main attack, and he is going to use this frequently to deal damage. Ram is his sub-ultimate ability where he charges at a bot dealing damage to any other enemy bots in the crossfire. And Hornflake is his ultimate ability where he chucks an enemy bot behind himself dealing strong damage. Now with that explanation out of the way, let's work on the plush. Unlike 3-Peter and Bowling Bulb, this guy is only 25% complete. His horns and body aren't finished yet. Making Ram's body is gonna be easier said than done, mostly because there are aspects of his design that are very complicated to convert into a plush. So, wish me luck. First thing I'm gonna do is remove the visor and the eyes. Now it's time to remove his visor. I sewed on his new visor off camera, and now I am going to sew on his new horns. After sewing on his horns, I am going to sew on the rest of his body, which I also did off camera. I have sewn on his body, and now we are going to move on to the most difficult part about this guy. His armor plates and his legs. I ended up working out his legs off camera, and they turned out really freaking good. I actually thought they'd be a whole lot more harder. The same can sort of be said for Ram's armored plating. I did suffer from some pattern complications, but I managed to get it down pretty quickly, and it turned out really good. Now all I have to do is work on Ram's new eyes. So I finished Ram's eyes, but they're a little too slim. I messed up. We gotta go bald. And this is the finished product. Unlike the Bowling Bulb and 3-Peter customs I made, I'm actually videotyping this guy because I am that proud with how he turned out. The only gripe I have with this guy is that he has a pipe cleaner tail, which does present problems when trying to wash him. One, it's made up of pipe cleaners, it's going to bend, and two, it's going to cause the pipe cleaners to rust, which isn't really a good thing. I'm actually super proud I managed to convert a very complicated design for a character into an appealing looking plushie. Okay, something I didn't mention is that the characters' designs do get more complicated when you level them up to like level 10 and level 20. This would be like a whole different story if I ended up basing his design off of the level 20 model. Otherwise, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say about him. This is the finished Ram plush. And now for the last plush. Or puppet in this case. The last plush I'm going to finish is Chomper. All I have done for Chomper is a stem, and I basically need everything about his head completed. That's it. Now, you may be thinking, it's just Chomper's head you need to finish. It couldn't be that bad, right? This is exactly the reason why this video took a month to make. It's also the reason I made a community post asking you guys whether or not I should make the Chomper puppet. I kept running into problems like the mouth being floppy, it being really uncomfortable to wear, and the head part basically just being misshapen. It was tiny little things like this that made me so tempted to just ignore you guys and just skip the Chomper plush anyway. But after lots of pain, lots of trial and error, and lots of frustration, I did it! I did it! I freaking did it! Yeah, it looks like the troll face, yeah, it still looks misshapen, but I do not care. This is the closest I have gotten to perfection. Trust me, when I start adding more details, it is going to look so much more better. Just trust me, bro. I gave Chomper his mohawk spikes. I ended up giving Chomper his chompers. And the last detail I needed to add was his lips. And sewing the neck onto the head, he is finally finished! I ended up making this dude specifically for the PVZ plush series I was planning, and he is going to be one of the best additions in the series. Mostly because he's a puppet and he can be super expressive. He's also really freaking big in comparison to most other plants. Like, look at him in comparison with this reincarnation that I made my mom. Those are pretty much all my thoughts that I have on Chomper. He's finished. And that concludes the first part of finishing my unfinished custom plushies. There's still more unfinished custom plushies, but I'll probably make a part 2 of the series next year. Oh, and by the way, I dropped the idea of talking about this person whose name begins with an S and ends with a Y, mostly because I don't think it's worth bringing up now. Until I make another video, thanks for watching. Here is the finished Chomper puppet. Look at him.